This getting deep. Hold on. Damn. Okay.
You're doing wonderful.
Okay.
You're doing wonderful.
Pass me a paper towel, please. I'm nervous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want you to lose for me. You'll be my latest victim. Why would you wanna do that for me? Why you wanna do that?
I said,
Yeah.
mirror, mirror on the wall, all of a sudden wanna call.
I want you to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
I thought you forgot about me. I was breathe in and no breathe out.
Name.
Kalem like Salem.
Where are you from, Kalem?
I was actually born in Alabama. My family's from Memphis, and I was raised in Cobb County, Kennesaw, baby, K-Saw, K-side, right? I don't know.
What's your occupation?
I'm an HR by day and an artist by night.
Favorite artist?
Tizo touchdown.
Let's reflect.
Okay.
When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Now, give this 10 seconds before you speak.
Okay. I see a bad bitch. Um, I see I actually see more than a bad bitch. I feel like people look at me and just see like looks, but I'm like really more than that. I have feelings. Um, I am smart, and I just have more than titties and a fat ass. Okay, can I cuss on this?
Yes.
Okay.
To the person who doesn't know at all, who is Kalem?
Kalem is a single mother of a special needs child. Um, Kalem is a weirdo. Um, Kalem is emotional, empathetic. Um, yeah, she's an explorer. She's many things.
When you look in the mirror, what do you see that others might overlook?
Damn. Um, I don't know. I think they would overlook the fact that I don't have it all together.
If you had to name one person, who's to blame for who you are today?
I was about to say my baby daddy, but I don't want to get into that because he's not who I am. He's not the reason for who I am today. I would probably say my mom. My mom is my everything. She's the reason why I am who I am today.
When you look in the mirror, do you see confidence or insecurities?
Insecurities, baby, all the way through.
You want to elaborate on those insecurities?
Yeah, I think everyone thinks I'm such a people person. Okay, I am a people person. I know that. Like, I get along with everyone. Um, I feel like I light up rooms, to be honest. But in the inside, I'm like beating myself up. Like, I never think I'm perfect. Um, I see all my imperfections. You look at my dimples and my freckles, and I'm like, fuck, like, how do I get rid of these? Like, why am I fat? Why am I so curvy? Um, I feel like I'm very insecure. I'm my worst enemy. I'm my worst critic, I should say. This is getting deep. Oh, damn. Okay.
You're doing wonderful.
Okay.
You're doing wonderful.
Pass me a paper towel, please. I'm nervous. My thighs sweating. No, I'm good.
Looking back at 18,
Hmm.
are you who you thought you would be?
Yeah and no. Um, I feel like personality wise, I haven't changed from 18. I'm still kind of childish, but I think I keep other people around me young. So I think at 18, I definitely thought I was going to be like more successful than I am now, but that didn't happen. But as far as like being happy, like I already knew that that was going to be the case. I'm still happy. I'm still the same happy, funny girl that I was at 18.
Let's dive a little bit deeper. We all have moments of self doubt. Can you recall a moment where self doubt entered the mind for you?
Yeah. Um at 18, I definitely wasn't even really I knew I loved music at 18, but I definitely wasn't like trying to be an artist or pursue that type of lifestyle at all. Um, but when I did start doing music and I did start doing shows and, trying to pursue a music career, that's when the doubt started to happen. I think it's really like a social media thing. People look at social media and they see other people doing certain things and excelling in certain ways, and you assume that you're going to be there. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not, and it's kind of discouraging. That's why I kind of actually really stopped diving into music as deep as I used to do it, and I just kind of do it for fun now. Um, but then again, I feel like everyone else around me is like, you should do music. You should do music. Why'd you stop? And the self doubt is just there. Like, I just know that I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be who I thought I was gonna be. So I wouldn't say I did gave up, but I just definitely don't go as hard as I used to when it comes to my music.
When you look back at childhood, is the sun shining or is it raining?
It's definitely shining. I had an amazing childhood. My childhood was great. I actually grew up with two moms. I grew up with a white mom and my biological mom, a black mom. And I feel like life was exciting because of that. Like, I don't think many people my age really dealt with or seen the things that I've seen due to having an Italian mom and a black mom. I feel like we've seen and done it all for real. Definitely sunshine.
Why?
Why? Why what? Sunshine and not rain?
Yep.
Um, because I never saw anything negative really. I mean, I'll take that back. There were times where, growing up being gay was not fun or popular like it is now. Like, oh, you bi, I'm with it. Like, it was not like that growing up. Like, having friends and going to sleepovers was like far and in between because, they didn't want their children to be as worldly as me and my family was, or they thought, I was going to turn their kids gay just because my parents were gay. But that really was not the case. So, other than dealing with that BS in my life, I never really wanted anything. Like, I didn't want for anything. I still even had my dad in my life. So, I would visit Memphis a lot and go visit my dad and his girlfriend. And I just feel like I never really had any negative moments. And if I did, my parents were really good at like covering that shit up.
We all have stories about school and how that was. Describe school for you before college.
Let's forget elementary, middle, and high school. That was fun times, no complaints, nothing like that. Um, I guess when shit got real was college, I definitely did not graduate from college. Um, I definitely started smoking. I didn't smoke until I got into college, and that was like the worst decision of my life. Instead of going to math class, I was going to Bojangles for a blueberry biscuit or a what is it, a blueberry biscuit? Like that's where I was going. Like I said, fuck school. Let's go get high and hotbox the car. And I really regret that. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I would have stayed in school. I wish. Not saying you can't go back. Always remember, age is nothing but a number. You can always go back to school. But I do feel like that kind of changed things for me.
I said earlier you did say you was a parent.
hmm
How is parenthood for you today?
Parenthood is the fastest, most up and down, side to side roller coaster you can ever be on. Okay. Um, you learn so much about yourself being a parent. Um, little things like patience and forgiveness and strength comes from being a parent. I just think about the times that I like yelled at my mom and been like, leave me alone. Like, and it's just like, I wish I could go back and like tell her how much I appreciate her because now being in her shoes, and honestly, I'm not even really in my mother's shoes because again, I have a special needs child. My child was not born this way, but she had an accident after her year birthday, which caused her to be completely immobile, completely mute, nonverbal, and she is also legally blind. So I have like a Helen Keller case going on.
You
That being said, life is hard being a parent, especially doing it by yourself. But I think all around, again, because I am such a positive person, like I always think about the bright side of things. And like, even when it comes to my daughter, like every day is a blessing because we're here. So,
what happened to her?
um, a little bit after her year birthday, she was throwing up constantly. Like I would pick her up and she would start throwing up and she was really lethargic. And I was freaking out. And, first time having a baby, I'm new to this. I'm a new mom, never done it before. So I was like, of course, every little thing, they sneeze the wrong way. You're like, let's go to the hospital. So that started to happen. We took her to the hospital. And I want to say this was like around Valentine's Day, actually. I think I had just gotten my hair done. I was ready to go on a hot date and everything, and ended up being in the hospital for about 3, 4 months of February, March, February, January, February, March, April, May. We got out around June. But long story short, she had hydrocephalus. And hydrocephalus is basically where the fluid in your brain does not release on its own. And honestly, that's a normal thing. You might walk past somebody on your day to day travels and not know that that person has a shunt in their head that actually releases the fluid themselves, manually. So, that being said, she went into surgery for the hydrocephalus. And when she came out, they tried to take her breathing tube out and she coded for 5 minutes. And we all know what that means. No heartbeat, no oxygen, no nothing for 5 minutes, and it caused severe brain damage. And at the end of the day, they told me my daughter was not even going to wake up. Um, but she did. We're here. And like I said, every day is a blessing. They told me that she'd be in a coma for the rest of her life. They told me that I might not, be able to leave the hospital or that she might need a trach. And just for people who don't know what a trach is, it's basically like the hole in your throat that helps you breathe. But thankfully, God works in mysterious ways. I'm not gonna, it's really hard when I think about stuff like that because it's like, does everything happen for a reason? I don't fucking know. I don't know if everything happens for a reason, but I feel like when it does happen, God always has a plan after. And I feel like I was put on this earth for her. And I'm just winging it. We're dealing with it. Every day is a challenge, but I'm here.
Do you have any regrets in your life?
Um, of course, everyone has regrets. If I sat here and said no, I'd be lying. Do I regret having a child? No. Do I regret who I had a child with? Most definitely. Um, he is aware of our child's situation and health, and he still is not a part of neither one of our lives. He actually told me we were dead to him. So I think that's the only thing I really regret, is who my child's father is. But I literally would do everything over again because at the same time, like I said, it was going to be me or someone else. And who knows how the next parents, caregiver would have handled the situation. And I chose to be a big girl, put my big girl britches on, and, handle it full throttle.
Kalem, admit it. You are addicted to what?
um, okay. Without making myself look crazy, I'm addicted to pleasure. And pleasure comes in many different forms. That's it, that's all. No, I'm addicted to music. I'm addicted to love. I'm addicted to looking at myself in the mirror and like I'm doing right now. This is like the most fun I've ever had in my life. It's just like, damn, there she goes. And like y'all are telling me to do it. I love that. Was that the answer you were looking for? It was truthful.
The turning point. Let's talk about a moment where everything turned around for you. A moment where shit, you knew you was that one.
To be honest, I don't. I feel like I haven't made that turning point yet, to be honest. Um, I feel like I'm still looking for that. I'm not gonna lie, like I cried today before I got here. Like I poured a glass of wine, I was about to get in the shower. I literally had slight bags under my eyes from crying on the phone because I felt like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm not satisfied. Like, and I really am at a point where I don't know I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna harm myself. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm not gonna like give up. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna lie, I had a moment of weakness today and I really just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Every day I feel like somebody's like, why aren't you making money off of your social media? Why aren't you doing music? Why haven't you started your own business? Why this? Why that? And I don't have a fucking answer for y'all. I really don't know. Like, I really don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then, there's people in your life that say they want to help you. Oh God. There's people in your life that say they want to help you, but that's not what they want. They want more from you. Nothing is free in life. You can't expect people to help you. And yeah, I'm just winging it. I don't know. You got me.
I want you to look in the mirror for 5
Mhm.
seconds.
Okay.
Are you happy?
I'm definitely happy. I think the only reason or the only way somebody will know they're happy is because of sad times and real shit. You have to go through real shit in life to understand what happiness is. And I feel like because I've gone through the fucking ringer, my daughter, like, oh my God, I wake up and want to laugh with my daughter. I want to play dress up with my daughter. I want to, I don't know, hear how her day was, and I can't. I'm still a badass mom. I have no reason to be upset. Things could definitely be worse. And that's the thing too. You always think like, oh my God, my life is so fucking shitty. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then you walk outside and somebody's like, yeah, I just got hit by a bus and my mom died yesterday. And you're like, damn, like I thought I was going through some shit. So I feel like at the end of the day, happiness is not in black and white. Like happiness is not like a specific thing. Like I feel like you have to go through shit, negative shit, to understand happiness. And because I have gone through that, I know I'm happy.
Name someone, maybe a mentor, that has helped you, that has pushed you to do what you want to do what you love to do.
My mommy. I love my mommy. She is the biggest motivator I know. People don't know, but like when it comes to the little music that I have put out every day, I'm like, I'm gonna put something out, and I never do. But she is like my biggest motivator. Like she's really like a momager, you know? Even when it comes to like outfits in my videos and, you know, having the confidence to go out there and put on a performance for people. Like my mom is really like, she's that bitch for real. So she's my motivator. I've seen her deal with so much in life. And I feel like even though I'm still struggling right now to figure out where the fuck I am in my life, I feel like I can still get there because of her, because of what I've seen her go through. Yeah.
Said you're an artist.
I'm an artist, correct?
Now, is this something that you're actively doing? And the only reason I ask that is because you've been talking a lot about you getting back into it.
Right.
Are you into it now, or is that still a road that you don't know if you want to go on?
It's definitely something I'm into. I feel like I have so many songs that people will probably never ever hear. But after I record a song, like I feel satisfied. I'm like, damn, I did it. Like it is what it is, you know. Will you ever hear it? Probably not. But I got something done. I paid for that session. I recorded myself. I've actually started to record myself at home now. Like I feel, you know, complete. What are you doing? Why haven't you released anything? We want music. And I'm just like, for one, again, I'm a single mom, you know, I got to make sure my daughter was fed through her feeding tube that day. It's really hard to make that my main focal point when I have so much shit going on. I got bills to pay. I got a child to take care of. Trying to make music my main concern is really hard when you have so much other shit going on. But I know I'm talented as fuck. Like, I know I can write music. I know I can record myself. Like, I even made 2 beats by myself, you know, recently. Like, and people are like, oh my God, this is really good for your first beat. Because that's kind of my struggle too when it comes to music. Like, I feel like the type of music I want to make, the Black people in my everyday life are making trap beats, rap beats, hood beats, you know. And I'm more of like your Black Avril Lavigne, okay? That's the type of music I want to make. So that's the reason why I actually did start making my own beats, because I just wanted to see, okay, since nobody around me can make the shit that I want, let me try making it myself. And I think I was pretty successful. I feel motivated, but then at the same time, I had to get up to go to fucking work and be in HR that day. So I'm like, let me put my laptop up, let me go to sleep, and you know, it goes nowhere from there. It's called life.
What do you blame for that?
Me. No, for real, I do blame myself. I blame, back to what we talked about earlier, I blame my confidence, you know, I blame my confidence, I blame my dedication. I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like even me saying that I'm a single mom with a special needs child is a fucking excuse, to be honest. But who else am I gonna blame? So I just blame that. I use that as my excuse. I'm a mom. I'm a hard worker. I'm trying to pay bills. But honestly, any of that can be done. There's people who go to school and work and have kids and live in their fucking car to succeed in their music career. Like, again, I feel like I'm probably my biggest critic and my worst enemy. I gotta go home and fix that now. Like, this makes me want to fix some shit. Like, motivating for sure.
What's next? What's next for you?
I asked myself that earlier. I don't have that answer. And that's the fucking truth.
To that 20-year-old younger you, what advice do you have for her?
Lead with your head, not your heart. I feel like I'm such a lover and, want to be loved. And, I wouldn't consider it like daddy issues, but like I've just always loved giving love and receiving it. And I feel like there's more shit in this world than giving a fuck about love. Okay? And that's where I fucked up at.
Kalem, anything you want to talk about?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't put me on the spot. What? You gotta ask me a question. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, is there anything that you want to kind of express? I mean, you could say nothing, but
Okay.
I don't know if you want to.
I guess at this point, like, what's today? Today is December 17th.
Mm-hmm.
I think after this interview, I can promise you and myself that I will release some music before the year is over. I gotta do it. I can't sit here and say I'm an artist and da this, and I'm saying y'all don't even know, because when's the last time I put some shit out? So I'm gonna at least do that. I'm gonna put some time aside and actually really focus on what I love to do. I literally cannot live or breathe without music, and telling somebody that is like, okay, bitch, like, show me. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show me.
Great job. We're done. You can breathe now.
That was lit.
That was lit.
This is really amazing. Can we cry now? Like, I
Yes,
don't want to
we
cry on camera. Thank you, for real. This is cute. Okay. Okay.
Nah, I want to say, I want to give you your flowers. I appreciate you. It takes bravery to like really like stare at yourself.
It
Like,
does. I'm trying to like look off and veer off to the left and the
Mhm.
right so I don't like really get into my shit. Because when you really look deep into your shit, like, like I told you, I can look at the fucking rainbow and start crying. So I already knew if I looked straight into my eyes, it was going to be over with. And I at least wanted to tell and talk without trying to talk through tears,
Right.
But yeah, I'm an emotional bitch, okay? I'm emotional.